The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, written in 1963, is truly one of the most insightful books I've read in a while. This book focuses primarily on the power of prayer. If you like the chapter 4 in Think and Grow Rich on autosuggestion, this book is entirely about that concept. It's about altering your thoughts and pushing them through into your subconscious mind using autosuggestion, as Hill calls it, or prayer as Murphy calls it. It's all about instilling a feeling and a way of being into your subconscious mind. So let's get into it. I'll tell you what I liked about this, all that stuff. Let's go. Now, the first thing to note about this one is that Joseph Murphy was a minister. He was a minister at the New Thought Church. I'm not sure what that is, but he did have affiliation with Christianity, and he was well versed in that. So there are a lot of biblical quotes in this, but he does a good job at kind of analyzing them, at kind of like showing how they're relevant, right? He's not preachy, which I definitely enjoyed. Like, I don't like that like overly preachy religious stuff, but the way Murphy incorporates it into his book is it's very scientific, pretty much. So you will find a lot out of it. You might even get new perspective on verses that other people kind of preach at you and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? But Murphy does it in a non-biased scientific way that I really did appreciate. Throughout this book, Murphy covers 4 main topics. He talks about, first, how the subconscious mind can be used for physical healing. He talks second about how it can attract money, so kind of like Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. Third, he talks about how it can attract good relationships like marriage, stuff like that into your life. And fourth is how the subconscious mind can overcome fear. So there's a lot of stuff in this. It's very diverse. You know, you're not going to just get one topic. It covers a gambit of things, but more or less the process is the same, right? The prayer is the same, right? So he talks about things like believe you already have it, right? But feel that you already have it, like power of visualization, stuff like that. Stuff that you may have heard of before, but he puts it in a way that's just unique. Trust me on that. As I said at the beginning of the review, this book was truly insightful for me. A couple of the ideas that really stood out to me was, at first he says that it doesn't matter really what you believe in. You can believe in anything, any religion, because religion is just a lens in which you believe, right? So it doesn't matter what you believe. It just matters that you believe, right? That's the power of the subconscious. You can believe in Jesus or whoever else you want, but what matters is that you're believing, that you have faith in general. Another thing he talks about is how accessing the subconscious mind is best either right before you go to sleep or right as you wake up in the morning. So if you're going to use visualization, it ideally should be at one of those times. That's when it's going to have the most impact. So as you fall asleep, visualize the life you want. Because this book does have religious undertones in it, I don't feel it's a good one for people to go to if they don't already have some sense of faith, right? It doesn't really teach that because he's a minister. I think he's coming from a place of he's expecting you to already have it a little bit. If you're interested in developing faith or learning about faith or why you should have faith, check out Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. I feel that one is all about faith and how to develop it and why you should develop it. But this one is more so for somebody who already believes in something. Again, it doesn't matter what you believe, you'll find value in this, but you should go into it with some sort of faith. Another thing I really liked about Power of Your Subconscious Mind is how at the end of each chapter he has an outline of what the chapter was about, and pretty much you can just read the outlines and find out exactly what he was talking about because he covers the main points, right? He doesn't obviously go into examples or anything like that, but for an outline they're very good. So I really appreciate that at the end of each chapter there is one of those. It kind of reminds me of Robert Kiyosaki does that in Rich Dad Poor Dad, where he kind of summarizes each chapter at the end, which provides further assistance in kind of understanding what each chapter was about, and absolutely that is present here as well. The one flaw I had with this book actually isn't to do with Murphy's book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It's to do with this edition. I got the Wilder edition. It's just very thin. The book is very flimsy. The print is very small. In fact, the whole book is only 137 pages because of the font. But it's just not an enjoyable read, and certainly not if you annotate. I definitely had trouble sitting down to work with this one because I felt it just took much more energy to get into. But other than that, you know, get a different edition, of course, but absolutely go for this. I would recommend this for anyone looking to get into faith, the power of your subconscious mind, anything like that. This one is going to really provide some keen insights for you.